Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Tuesday, October the 25th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and I am live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Time, generally up to 4. Sometimes I quit a little bit early, maybe around 3:30, quarter to 4, but generally up till about 4. I do share my screen all day long. And if you'd like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, you can type this into your browser, click on it, and actually the code you can use, you'll see a promo code there, but the better one to use right now is Haunted House, and that's all in capital letters. All right, well, I'm just watching MTL right now. I am not in any trades right now other than my swing of CJESQ. The reason I'm looking at this one is this course, not of course, but it had such a great run on the daily. And in the pre-market, you take a look at it in the pre-market, and you see it really collapsed, and I couldn't really find any news on it. And yet AKS, another small steel company, well, small price-wise, it had popped up based on earnings. U.S. Steel X looked good. So I decided I just wanted to watch this one to see if it would recover. It has recovered. I do intend perhaps to take this one if it pops over 5, and we'll have to see. So I am watching this one. Now today is it wasn't a bad day, but I would call it maybe a day of missed opportunities. This is the biggest one that I missed. This is one that I was talking. Oh my goodness, this is one I was talking about in the pre-market quite a bit. Read the news on it. Over the last few days, it had finally started to. This line, by the way, this represents around 32. This is where I was going to swing this stock, and if I go back a little further, I think I got chopped out of it, and look what happened after that. So anyway, that's what was happening over the last few days, starting to downturn, and looked like, well, maybe it was going to start to give up a lot of these gains. And take a look in the pre-market, though. Here's the pre-market action, and the news was that they sold a $400 million asset sale. So I really wanted to watch this one, and I was planning to get into it, even though it was kind of a spready one. But as we pointed out, even though it might have been a 35-40 cent spread, but when a stock moves $10, it really doesn't matter. So anyway, I am not in this one, so I feel this was a missed opportunity. Now, one of the reasons why I kind of missed it is that this O-rig popped almost immediately. Actually, Boiler in our room said, take a look, watch O-rig, maybe over 1. And so I actually had an alert on this one. Take a look at the daily. You'll see why probably. I had an alert on this one already at 104. 104. And so I actually took this trade. I took it, it was holding over 1. The other thing is, so I do have an alert right here, but actually it's 121. I think if it can break 121, look at the void it's got. So I'm not sure it's going to happen today. I am watching this one though. It is still consolidating really nicely here around this area. It did take the pop. I got in at 105. I sold some at 112 and 116. So, I mean, not bad on a percentage basis, and it was a nice, quick, early trade. Unfortunately, kind of took my eye off the CWEI. But I am watching this one, continuing to watch this one. You see this kind of wedge forming here. I think if it popped through here, maybe took out the high of the day, 117, I might take some even ahead of this 120 break. And there it goes. There's a little pop. So I just want to keep an eye on this one. Now, what else do we do? Yeah, MMC. This was, and Holly had some spectacular trades today. This could have been one of them. It didn't turn out to be one of them, but Holly had some spectacular trades today. It's funny. I think there were 9 strategies that were optimized for today, and 6 of them were long, and only 3 were short. But the market's down 36, but it's not like it's down 200 points. And virtually every trigger today, every alert today has been short. I think right now there are 5 long, and I think there's too many to count. Probably could be 20 or 25 shorts. So even though the long strategies ratio was 2 to 1. The shorts were just absolutely kicking in, and this was one of them. MMC. It frustrated the heck out of me, unfortunately. Um, and I am out of it now. Let me just bring it up. There was the alert at 63.15 to short it, but it had a lot of this sort of choppy action. I actually got into it twice before I finally took it again at 62.78. Took a couple of small losses around this area. Got in at 62.78 on the short. This is the 200-day moving average, and I was, this was the problem. It was just kind of circling around that 200-day moving average for the longest time. So it just took a while, but finally it did set up. My disappointment is that it just didn't continue on down. This was an earnings play, but I did take the short at 62.78, and let's see, what did I get out at? Trying to find my 62.77 actually. I got out at 62.55 and 50 and 67. This action kind of got me out. Was really hoping that it would keep going down. I was actually in A also. And this is the one I should have kept. This was another one from the wait for the 8. Here was the alert at 44.17. Took a while. Took a while to set up. Got into this trade at 43.96. Finally on the break of 44. But unfortunately, this action this got me out. I took it out at 43.86 and then down a little bit here. But then this action got me out, but it did continue on. This was really the one to keep. We had some other ones. I mean, ATI, and this is why I'm saying today for me a bit of a lost opportunity day. I was concentrating on some other things, and we had so many Holly alerts that some of them kind of unfortunately get buried for me. And this was 116.05 on the short. This was probably the best one. I call it the best one because really there are no green candles until right now, so that's $1. So really not a lot of not too emotional. You didn't have to worry about getting whipped in and out. This was really just steady from that alert on down. And there were many more. I think a Matt in our room. There's another one. I mean BKR. Another one here. 2109 on the short alert. Finally a red candle, but not until here. You could have taken some out here. Kept more. I think the other one that really worked out well was got to find it was FBHS. A little more frothy, 5306, but these are 15 minutes, so in an hour, it's almost not quite $1, but very steady. Then that's what I was really hoping for the MMC, but just didn't quite give me what I was looking for. But anyway, see, there were a couple other little trades. Oh, NXT actually, that's right. This is one of Holly's long trades. Turned out to be a great trade. Doesn't look so great now, but quickly. Here was the alert at 378. I was a little reluctant because the market was definitely looking weak and all. I was a little reluctant, but it did break 4, and then actually Holly alerted it on another strategy. This one was called First to the Party. You can kind of see what it's doing. It's saying, okay, here's the break, and we're going to get in first to the party. The second strategy that it alerted on was, got to find it here, was the Alpha Predator, probably one of my favorite ones. And it got at 401. So when we got the second alert, I decided to take the trade at 414. I was trying to get it right here, and it started to run away, and I just sort of bit the bullet, and I said, okay, I'm taking it. 414, 2 Holly alerts, are better than one. Took it at 414. Look what it did. It just popped almost immediately to 439. I was able to get some out at 432 on the way up, and then on the way down at 423, and now it's possible that it is over, but it does look like it is trying to come back. Now the O-rig, if it takes out this 120, I may in fact get into it, and I may swing it. We'll have to see what I'm going to do. I don't quite know. We'll see if it can hold this mark right here. And the only other one I want to say is this is my swing, which GST, not G. I'm now out of it. I was in at 133. held this for several days, and just didn't quite. I had some areas I could have got out, but not for very much gain. So I was willing to hold on to it. Finally, did take it out at 124 for a 9 cent loss. I still have my alert set up. This is why I am taking still going to watch it just based on the daily. It's possible that if it takes this area out, that was the high. I did not take anything out here. But, we've got this void, so we'll have to see what happens. This was the exciting day, news, but it is definitely pulling back here. So, but if it broke over 143, I'm just going to put an alert there right now. At a later time, who knows? I might take a look at it because it does have that nice void. All right, that is it. I'm going to get back to the trading room. Let me just bring back the cover page. This again is how to get in. This is the link to the room. I share my screen all day long. I usually open the room at about 8:45, and that's when we start sharing some of the taking a look at the pre-market activity, the ones that are up, the ones that are down. And again, that's where we found CWEI. Just unfortunate that I didn't act on it. And I get live on the mic at 9 o'clock. And as I said, I usually go to about 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is, type this into your browser, click on it, and the promo code that you see when you click on it, don't use that one, use Haunted House. I'll put this in the body of this email or this YouTube video. Not the video, but the text of it. And Haunted House all in caps. All right, well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.